short on time, so I'll go on to the next speaker.
Safe and sound on the plane, and since we've been here, it's just been amazing. And the care and the things that I've seen so far in the presentations are just inspiring. So with that, I hope to bring home a message for you today so that when you walk out of here, you can say to yourself, how am I going to be innovative and transformational? All right, so our objectives today are really to talk a little bit about what is transformational leadership, how does transformational leadership work in my everyday practice, do I have to have a title to be a transformational leader? How many people think you gotta have a title to be that individual? Good, I didn't want to see any hands go up. You know what that means. Next slide. So, is anybody there shaking their head, wondering if they're gonna make it through the rest of their shift? Or maybe they said to themselves, it was the worst shift I've ever had. Or maybe they said to themselves, it was the best experience they've ever had. But we've all seen this moment in our career. And if you haven't seen it yet, particularly for the students, it'll come. You'll have one of those moments one day, but just remember you will get through it. Look at all of us who have been practicing for a very long time, and we've experienced this. But the question really becomes, when you're in this moment, have you said to yourself, what could I have done better today to maybe have not gotten here? Is there something I could have done different in my practice? Is there a different approach that I could have taken? And that's really what we've got to ask ourselves as we really go through our day-to-day work with our patients and our families. So, the question becomes, I want you to take a minute and I want you to visualize. You're standing at the beginning of this path, all right? And you're gonna say to yourself, am I gonna take a step forward, not having any idea what's at the other end? Or am I gonna take the path? And am I gonna try it? Well, that's really what innovation and transformation are all about. It's that moment in time when we have to make a decision. So the question becomes, do you think at the end of the line it's safe? Or is there a risk? Are there the cute little frogs that you're gonna be like, yes, I made a good choice today? Or, I don't know what kind of snake that is, but it just looks scary to me. So, either one of those are a potential opportunity, good or bad. So, we're gonna start off with talking a little bit about innovation. You've heard a lot about it today. And innovation is really about thinking. Yeah, I know, you're like, it's 4 o'clock. And for me, it's like feels like 4 o'clock in the morning, right? Because we're behind. But have you ever taken a step back? So a lot of people have defined innovation. I put a definition up as well. I think what I like about this is that it really highlights the fact that there's a process you have to go through in order to get an outcome. And the outcome may just be a tweak, or the outcome may be that I'm going to change my approach completely. For the last few days, we've heard a lot about policy, curriculum, standing, and it's pivotal, right? We can't take a step back, and we can't ignore the fact that we're going to experience difficult moments, and we're going to have to decide how we're going to proceed forward and to embrace innovation. How do we help them to understand that it really is, you have to take a conscious effort to make this move? And there's really 2 things that have to be in play. One is your organizational environment, the place where you practice every day, has to be ready to embrace innovation. They have to have a strong mission, vision, and values. They have to want to generate and evaluate ideas. They have to want to connect and network, right? We can't think in a silo. We have to think with all of our interdisciplinary partners. And then we have to make sure that there's a way to communicate information. And then we as an individual have to have our own environment that has to be ready for us to embrace. So we have to have a personal goal. We have to say, where is it or what is it that I want to do? We have to be willing to take a leap. Has anyone ever taken a leap before and weren't really sure what was going to be at the end of it? Yeah, we have. And that's because we knew that our environment was safe to do that in. We have to have that networking. This is a great environment to think about innovation and transformation. And then we have to be willing to take that step. We really have to be willing to go outside our comfort zone, not just accept the fact that this is the way we've always done it, right? We have to look beyond that. So all of these have to intersect in order for us to really embrace innovation. We have to make sure that we've got creativity flowing. We have to make sure that we have an environment that is open to that. And then you see the light bulb go off. You see innovation begin to happen. You see individuals questioning the status quo. And that's really the exciting part about innovation. And you've heard a lot of projects over the last 2 days where people have said that, where they've said, I'm gonna look at the status quo and I'm gonna do it different. I mean, can you imagine the Hospital on Wheels would have never happened if he hadn't taken that step? If he hadn't said, I'm gonna do it different. So, I love this definition of disruptive innovation, because that's what we do in healthcare. Every single day, we go in, and when we challenge how something's being done, or we go look at the evidence-based practice and say to ourselves, what's the latest in the literature, and am I practicing to the fullest extent possible? That's when we're doing disruptive innovation. And healthcare sometimes gets a little scared with that. Sometimes we in healthcare say, is that what we want to do? Should we really disrupt them? That makes them a transformational leader. So what I want you to do is think for just a minute here on, and maybe jot down 1 or 2 qualities of a transformational leader. What did those individuals have that we just saw? What made you say, oh, those are people that throughout history, individuals have followed for X, Y, and Z reason. What are those qualities? What do they look like? Well, here's just a few of them. So what do? They empower. They have a vision. They believe in a set of values. They are engaging. They're encouraging. They have that charisma that makes you say, gosh, let me hear a little bit more about that idea. Let me see how I can help to improve the care that I'm doing at the bedside, in the facilities, in the call centers, in all of those places that you're working. So, I always think history is important. How did we even come up with the word transformational leader? I mean, where did it come from? How did we decide that innovation had a way for individuals to lead? Well, it really actually came out of the study around politics in the United States. So they really took a step back and said, why did certain presidents get a higher following than others? What was it about their particular presidency that made somebody go, yes, I'm going to follow your platform? So here's really where it's really about taking leadership and really embracing that humanitarian, that humane, authentic person, and then believing and inspiring those around you to want to do better than you did yesterday and continue to do better than you're going to tomorrow. And then we have to raise people up. We have to provide that positive intent. It's okay to try something and fail. But we're afraid to do that. Many times we're afraid to take that step. We're afraid to say, oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna try that. And if it doesn't work, then I'm gonna take a step back and try a new approach. And then ultimately, leadership is really focused on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? If we meet people's basic needs, then we can move forward. We can teach patients better. We can embrace new ideas and opportunities. So transformational leadership has 4 principles to it. And those 4 principles are idealize, We have to individualize, we need to inspire, we need to make sure that we have intellectual stimulation. We've got to work on all those. Does this sound a lot like innovation and what you've heard everybody share with you so far? These are the steps. These are the things when you say to yourself, I don't know where to start, pull these 4 ideas out. Because one of these 4 components will get you started. So let's talk about the first one. Who's saying it's okay to try something. It's okay to take that step. It's okay to have those. So you must be the change you wish to see in the world, right? So we as a transformational leader have to start there. We have to take that step back and say, you know what? I'm gonna be that change. I'm gonna be the one who takes that first step, and I'm okay if I fail. So the next concept is all about motivation. We have to make sure that we're inspiring people, right? Titles don't get us anywhere. Titles may get some people in a room, and they may come there because of the title, but that doesn't necessarily mean when they walk out, they're any more inspired or motivated to help make change happen. So we always want to make sure that we have that sense of confidence, that sense of motivation, even when we're a little scared and we're not 100% sure. So we want to make sure that we're communicating where our skill sets are, how we know what we can and we can't do. And we have to continue to make sure that we foster that optimism, that we're encouraging people to really go there. And so John